Welcome to a new introductory video about the Infinity background. Infinity is a game using 28mm metal miniatures to simulate futuristic skirmish combats in a science fiction environment. 175 years into the future, the human race has reached the stars. The old nations have grouped themselves into great international federations and have allotted among themselves the star systems that are adequate for human life. These new powers continue to be moved by the age-old driven forces of human history, the quest for living space, resources and power. Confrontation and conflict are the norm, whether open or concealed, of high or low intensity, of long or short duration. The profession of soldier in this epoch is far from dull. Oceania is the #1 great power of the human sphere. It owns the greatest number of planets, has the richest economy and possesses the most advanced technology. Pragmatic and generous, Oceania is a melting pot of cultures, heir to the best democratic and welfare traditions of the West. Proud of itself and somewhat domineering, it can claim to have the most technically sophisticated society and army in the sphere and likes to brag about it. Oceania has at its disposal complete planetary armies, including the highly technological Neo-Terran Capitaline Army and the hardened Shock Army of Acontecimiento, but also can call on the religious fervor and unique combat styles of its military orders. The competitor, the other great power, the eternal rival, always conspiring and intriguing to bring down its adversary, is Yu Qing, the Asiatic giant. The entire Far East is united beneath the banner of what was once China, but which has now formed a single though varied Oriental culture. Product of great industrial and technological development and a forceful thriving economy, Yu Qing is determined to achieve the dominant position which it aspires to. Yu Qing has the sinister imperial service, the arm wing of the emperor and the imperial system, the judicial organ of the state empire, but its spearhead will always be the Japanese sectorial army, an assault-oriented military force with a strong warrior vocation and driven by the code of Bushido. Ariadna is made up of the descendants of the first human colony ship that disappeared into a wormhole and was given up for lost. Isolated on a remote and hostile planet, the Ariadnets, Cossacks, Americans, Scots and Frenchmen, have evolved into a hardened, technologically less advanced race which has just made contact with the human sphere and is trying to carve out a niche for itself without falling under the control of the other powers. Ariadna focuses all its savagery in its Caledonian Highlander army, an overwhelming force as uncontrollable as it is irrepressible in battle. On the other hand, the Merovingian Rapid Response Force, created to solve crisis situations, is always the first to make contact with the enemy. Islam, the New Islam, is a smaller power which possesses only a single star system, Burak. Separating itself from fundamentalism, Islam bases its culture on an Islam which is humanistic, philosophical, and in continuous contact with nature. Biosanitary science and terraformation are the two major strengths of Islam, which includes the best schools of medicine and planetology in the human sphere. Islam is the great power of interstellar trade, so its primary advocate, the Funduk Sultanate, has created the Kwapu Kalki, an army that unites the best of the Sword of Allah with mercenaries and corsair elements to protect the trade and traffic of valuable silk. Meanwhile, the objectives of the faith and the ideals of Islam are preserved thanks to the clandestine actions of the Hassassin Bahran, the Islamite military intelligence service. The nomads consist of 3 enormous ships whose inhabitants, discontent with a society controlled by huge macroeconomic blocks and by AI, have separated themselves from it and roam through space, traveling from system to system. Tunguska is dedicated to the traffic and storage of information. Corregidor offers skilled labor at a good price, while Bakunin trades in all that is exotic and illegal in whatever area, from fashion to nano-engineering. The nomads have an army to protect each of their motherships. The jurisdictional command of a Corregidor has been fought in many battles, working as a mercenary force in addition to its service to the nomad nation. The jurisdictional command of Bakunin exploits the potential of the bizarre society of vaudeville and the forbidden science developed in the black laboratories of praxis. The evolved intelligence contemplates the human sphere as another link to be added to the chain of civilization under its dominion. For its part, the combined army, at the EI's orders, considers the sphere as a new military target to conquer. but in no way impregnable to these terrible alien forces. The combined army is an amalgam of dangerous alien racial armies. The brutal and resolved Morat's aggression forces never withdraws and is able to completely devastate any battlefield. However, the perfidious Savasti expeditionary forces use deception and treason to make the master strike that will end any enemy of the evolved intelligence. Aleph is the unique artificial intelligence controlling the data networks and technological systems of the entire human sphere. In service to humanity and under the watchful eye of all 12, it encompasses a range of responsibilities so wide that a massive organizational structure has formed around it to accomplish its designated objectives. Who can know what Aleph thinks? Its representatives will tell you that for the AI, the sphere is its home and its responsibility, that which it was created to help and with which it will walk towards the future, putting all its efforts to humanity's service. Its detractors, the Nomad Nation, will assure you that for Aleph, the sphere is a playground, a puppet theatre to manipulate, a simple means to a singular end, which is total domination by Aleph itself. For the various mercenaries, the sphere is a place full of working opportunities with which to do profitable business. All those clandestine operations governments cannot undertake legally are assigned to these professionals of conflict. The border territories, with weak or non-existent laws, and where the strength of arms solves any quarrel, are the natural home to those who make war at the highest bidder's service. The present is a critical and decisive moment. Will humans become fully aware of what they are up against? Will they continue with their intestine struggles for larger slices of power? What will be the destiny of mankind? The Chinese curse has come to pass and the interesting times are approaching. Don't miss the other Infinity background videos to learn more about this exciting miniature game. Stay connected.